Well, it was going. Well, it was going well until Gary unmuted himself.
It came up. The host has unmuted your mic, so I went dead quiet, and then the dog started kicking off.
Oh.
I noticed it come up in the top left-hand corner, so I thought, right, just don't say nothing, don't move.
Did it work though?
Yeah, but it froze at the end.
Yeah, that's when your sound came on. Just can't get the Benjis these days, can you?
Yeah.
But at least we found a way of doing the intros anyway.
Yes.
Yeah. Well done. Well done.
Just have to make sure Gary's mic is actually muted.
Yes. How are you, Gary?
Which one? Which one? Why is he pointing sideways?
Well, I always call you Waitrose, so
you do indeed.
In fact, you're saving my phone as Waitrose as well.
Oh dear.
Well, that's because I've got a stepdad called Gary. I've got this Gary down here in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got Gary in the chat.
Yeah, and it just makes it easier to save you as Waitrose.
Fair enough. I'll take that.
Yeah. There we go.
Live coming to a YouTube near you. Watch Chair Force One kick his dog's head in.
The RSPCA will not need to be involved. Nobody saw anything.
Literally, his timing is unbelievable. The minute you went live,
he's been perfectly quiet for the last hour, hasn't
he? Yeah.
He's been antagonized by the neighbour's dog.
Look what I've done. I've done a thing.
Woo.
Now that you will notice that I've made a slight. Well, it's not an error because I forgot to do the tail, which is this colour.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And when I removed the masking tape, the nose came off. So I obviously haven't glued that in. So I must fix that. But yeah, she's in paint at last.
Well, hey.
Temperature dropped enough for me to start spraying.
What colour did you use?
I used Real Colours RAF Extra Dark Sea Grey.
Now, see, I used AK Air Series Extra Dark Sea Grey, RF Extra Dark Sea Grey, and I used RF Sky from them as well.
Yes, mine's RF Sky as well.
Yeah.
And when I look at the
Twinsies,
it doesn't look too bad.
No, it doesn't. It looks good.
So I really wouldn't use Airfix's colour charts as any kind of indication as to what the colour should be.
Nope.
They are generally really poorly printed for colour. So yeah, AK have spent a lot of money researching what that colour should be. So I would go with them rather than Airfix's.
Having seen the display Sea Fury when I was at Lynham, that's pretty close.
Yeah.
I think it called for extra. Oh yeah, it said satin extra dark sea grey.
Well, it'll be satin once you've washed it.
It's going to get a spray anyway over it. So
exactly.
And the other thing I've been working on is my F-35, which I have an issue with.
Excuse me.
All right. Slight problem where I don't know whether it shows up on there, but you can see the air intake, the engine intake there is a little bit proud of the bottom half of the fuselage. So it won't go down any lower. So I'm going to have to remove that bit.
Oh, that's unfortunate. And wait, Rose, what are you up to?
Today I shall be mostly masking a Blenheim.
Ooh, I like Blenheims.
You shall be eating Bourbon biscuits.
Blenheim Mark 1, 172nd Airfix. I've done the top coat, so I'm masking it to do the knight on the bottom. So that's what I should
like
do today.
Blenheim was the the first aircraft I actually took an interest in because my dad took us to Carnarvon Air Museum, and they had a display all about the Blenheim, and you could buy videos about the Blenheim. So my dad bought me the video. I found it interesting.
Cool.
There you go.
Very nice aircraft.
Yeah. And what about you, modders, other than being surrounded by cuddly toys?
Cat.
I'm trying to get rid of them. Nobody seems to want them. I'm actually going to be doing my Model T ambulance
Cool.
once this little one has decided she doesn't want any more cuddles.
Yeah.
Because she was shouting for them. Yeah.
Well, we have plenty of chat to catch up with.
Wow.
What's the earliest timestamp you see, modders?
9:23.
Yeah, it's the earliest I see as well. Cool. Shall we begin?
Yes.
Are you sitting comfortably?
Yes. Julian says, second comment, probably. Bob says, I'm here trying to think of the best comment in the world, probably. Bob says, oh, for brekkie. Marley's in. Jim says, wants a decent breakfast, eggs, bacon, sausages and toast, black bagel and black coffee. Oi, cafe white, no sugar, monsieur.
Arc de Triomphe.
Yes, he's in France.
It is Bastille Day.
Oh, it is. Vive la Revolution. Oh, no, that's...
14 juillet.
Don't say that in France.
Bonne fête.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maurice, the baguettes.
Off with their heads.
There he is.
Hello. You
Hi,
continue
John.
the comments. I'll jump to the booth. I've got a very quick thing to spray. I'll let you get through the comments and then I'll come back.
Cool.
He's going to
Bob
spray...
says, basically... Sorry, Gary?
He's going to spray his thing.
Ooh, wow. Ooh la la. His French baguette is getting sprayed. Bob says, basically, and it's the right height as well. If you look at where he stood and his spray booth is.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be playing with his little airbrush. Bob says, basically correct, but I added tomatoes and mushrooms, skip the breakfast, skip the toast, iced coffee, because it's still hotter than Hades here. Yeah. Bob says, oh, mistake, made with cherry tomatoes. My air fryer was taken to sucking them into the heating coils. Interesting aroma is burning tomatoes.
Ugh.
Yeah, be careful with that. The fire brigade put a notice out the other day telling people not to use a certain type of them because it's doing stuff like that. Bob says, temperature correction normal outside, but my house is a bit over-insulated. Yeah, that's the problem we've got with UK homes, isn't it? They're set up for winter, not for summer. Tiff says, morning, folks. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Please don't forget to hit the like button on your way, and thank you. Julian says, morning, Tiff. Hope you and your nan are well.
We are indeed.
Good. Jem says, greetings, les Anglais, or something like that. We are live from Le Noisette Hotel Grand in Paris. It's warm here, expecting 30 degrees C. I've got the sunblock and I'm lubing up subscribers. You're lubing up the subscribers? That's disturbing.
A strange service to offer.
Yes.
Yeah. Join Beard
Some
Adventure
like
Crazy,
some
get lubed up by an Australian. Bob says, Gary, took me an unnecessarily long time to realise your spell checker probably had a foreign fit at Mon Dieu. Yes.
Arc de Triomphe.
John says, moin moin. When you were discussing building the HMS Victory, my mind went to that monster Hella makes. I did build the large Rebel USS Constitution. See, that'd be something John would be interested in, but he's playing with his little airbrush.
Do you want me to star it?
You can
And
do.
then come back to it a bit later
Yeah.
and show him.
Dieter says, hello, hello. And bonjour.
Hey, hello,
va?
buddy.
John says that took a couple of years to do as well. Yeah.
Can imagine.
Jim says, yes, Bobby, the spell checker doesn't speak French. I'm not much better. Matt says, good day, good people. Hello, Matt.
Hey,
Have
Matt.
you got started on your Black Hawk yet? Looking forward to seeing that. Next. Jem says, Hagrid, hello. Bob, but you're probably towering, Eiffel-wise, above the police agents from LOLO. Bob says, good morning. I trust all I will.
I was pissing past your window.
Yes. GM says, Bobby, just pizzing by. John, I finished my Europa model. Came out pretty cool. Thought of John when I saw a golfing video with kangaroos on the greens. We get deer up here in New Jersey.
Talking of golfing videos, golfing and Australians, well done to Grace Park, who's an Australian golfer, and she won a major yesterday in France, at the Evian. So I expect John is now taking up golf.
There we go. And Modders is playing with the camera.
Yes, because it somehow reset itself.
Oh.
And it's not the first time it's done it.
Yeah. StreamYard keeps making things do stuff like that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Bob says, Officer Crabtree, played by somebody Bostrom.
Arthur Bostrom.
There we go. John says, for people watching, Scrooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you?
Okay, Waggy.
Bob says, Arthur Bostrom, who apparently could speak good French. Yeah. John says, hello, Robert. Jim, there was a swarm of blokes on push bikes going very quickly past early this morning. Lots of people cheering and jumping about. Must be a French thing here.
Wrong tour.
The Tour de Baguette.
Tour de Baguette.
Yeah. Instead of carrying the flaming torches, they carry a baguette. Bob says, good morrow, Mr. T. To answer your query, the Welsh rallies. John says, a little caricature and wine always spots well. Love free.
Charcuterie.
Ah, there we go.
Charcuterie. Charcuterie.
It's a cheese board.
Waitrose, no.
Yeah.
Even I know
ChatGPT. Even ChatGPT knows that Waitrose knows about cheese boards and wine.
Must say, in Durham at the cellar door, they do a very, very good cheese board. Really excellent.
You're not helping this reputation.
I had cheese and crackers for lunch yesterday. And I had a white T-shirt on, and I decided to have Branston pickle with it. And whilst I was preparing it all, I said to Marion, this is going to go horribly wrong because I've got a white T-shirt on. And sure enough, within 2 minutes of starting my cheese and crackers, bong, brown pickle down the front of me, nice white T-shirt.
See, that's why if you're in the house, when you've got messy food, you just take your top off.
No, it puts people off their food.
Yeah, but it's not. You're not worried about them. You're worried about you.
Well, there's the restraining order, of course, but you know.
Well, yeah. Doing it when you stood outside the neighbour's patio doors, looking in, you know, rubbing yourself.
All right, move on. Anyone to think I was
with chutney.
Anyone think I was in aisle 4 at Frontline Hobbies?
Yeah, that's after he's fallen through his own patio doors. Gary, again.
I haven't done that yet since Christmas.
Bob says, at least I think it was a Great Dane that went by. Could have been a donkey. What? Somebody's tripping again. John says, I saw a blog last night and thought about the common issue we get building models. Fingerprints on cement that oozed out the joint. I brush on liquid cement and it levels the print nicely. Yeah, I use a fiberglass pen as well. That smooths it out.
I haven't got a fiberglass pen. I'm going to have to turn my... Oh, no, I won't turn my fan on. It interferes.
John says, had that happen with a perfect joint. John says, joint, laugh out loud. I do like Bob Marley.
Thank you.
Speaking of Bob, we've got a comment saved for you, but we'll come back to it later because we've got a lot of chat. Bob says, I recall fingerprints, stress lies, and the material caused by over-exuberant pilots. Yeah. Good thinking. Jem says, we are close enough to that big tower thing. The view from the top is impressive, but all the steps is too much for my legs now.
Yeah,
Fair.
but typical, isn't it? They had to copy Blackpool Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob says, stress lines, keyboard's dying too. John says, did you guys hear about the radios that got married? The ceremony was boring, but the reception was great. Yeah. Oh, dear.
And so it begins.
Yeah. Bob says, boom, boom.
In his best basil brush.
Bob says, or are most here too young, too non-English to remember Basil Brush?
Basil
remember
Brush was
Basil
ace. And Mr. Derrick.
Yeah.
Yeah. If mothers can
Great
remember it,
Falls.
fine, because she's the youngest.
Basil Brush was based on Terry Thomas.
Oh, there you go.
Jem says, I remember Basil, Sooty and Sweep, Andy Pandy and Weed. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Flower Pot Men. Flub,
Yeah.
lub, lub, lub. You pissed again, Ben.
John definitely remembers Weed. From his younger days.
But do you remember Pogle's Wood?
No.
See?
JT says, anybody remember the movie Reunion at Fairborough? Was that a hurricane that gets flown in the end? I remember that somehow when the old man flies, the plane in the end. I don't know.
I've never seen
Never
that
heard
one.
of it.
During Farnborough, maybe?
Kev's in.
Kevin says, good day, everyone. Hello.
Hello, Kev.
Do you want to do something for a bit, Gary?
Yeah.
Actually, I'll crack on. I'll keep reading if that's okay.
Okay.
Because your head's down, Gary, so I haven't started yet. John saying, I was 6 years old when I saw Reunion at Fairborough. Bob says, nostalgia. It ain't what it used to be. And John says, add Bob, so true. Kevin says, respect is not what it was. GM says the locals have buckets of nostalgia here, but a funny taste to it. And, says Bob, what sort of intro will we get today?
Ah,
One that was cocked
Under
up by
a minute
Gary's
to
dog.
find out. So this is how far behind we are. 19 minutes.
Yeah.
John saying he found the clip. Robert Mitchum flies an AT6 kudos. Kudos to me, not totally crazy. AT6, I don't even know. AT6. Texan.
So Harvard,
Harvard.
yeah, we called it Harvard.
86 Texan or Harvard. Yeah.
GM says cardboard, I think. Joe's in. He said, good morning, afternoon, evening from hot and humid Mississippi Gulf Coast. Great way to start the week. The Monday panel. Thank you, Joe. You're always welcome back.
Oh, mate.
I did.
Hey, buddy.
John says the plane Mitchum flies in Reunion at Fairborough has roundels on it. Or I guess he's from New York. He might say Fairborough. I don't know. Hobby Time's in. He says, hi, guys.
Hey, Hobby Time.
Hobby time.
Hi.
John says, Gary is in the lower quadrant. How's Benji today? Give him a good petting for me.
He was
Getting
going
a
to
good
get more.
kicking by the
He was
sound
going to
of
get more than a pet in a minute ago.
Yeah. Bob said it was Skippy, and I don't mean the bush kangaroo. Ooh.
You missed my my shout out to Grace Park earlier, John.
He's about as aware as her as we were.
He should be. She's an Australian golfist, and she won her first Open Championship yesterday.
Grace Park, you say?
Yeah.
Nice place for to hold the venue. That's nice. The event, I should say. No, I haven't heard that name, but I'm sure I will tomorrow. Julian says he intro froze at 5 seconds. Was that when Shelfie's mic was unfrozen?
Yes.
And
Shelfie
it wasn't by
McShelf,
me. The host did it.
I didn't
John
do it.
asks, what do you guys use for radio aerials? Easy line? I do.
I
have
don't.
some lights in the drawer. But yeah, I use the fine easy line. I can't
I
get
use
black.
I use guitar string.
Guitar, hey? Yeah, those two. So actual
I've got
physical
some-
fine and heavy easy line. I don't use the heavy stuff. It's just pretty ordinary. But the very fine brown stuff I use for my antennas.
Yeah, I use guitar strings because they're a bit stiffer.
Ooh,
Hmm. I was waiting for somebody to say that.
Well, yeah. Well, you know, I hadn't found the level for this show yet, so I'd let somebody else do it. Yeah, hi Tiff, says John, which is ironic because I'm just saying hi Tiff. Dave's in saying hi everyone. Just a quick pop in before going down the paddling pool for the monsters. Lol.
Hey, David.
Catch later.
He volunteers at the local paddling pool
Oh, good on
so
him.
the kids have somewhere to spend in the hot weather.
Great. Good to hear. Tiff says, hello, John.
it was a typing error. Leave me alone.
No.
I didn't realise.
It might be Espanol.
You were just thinking of your belly, really, weren't you, Modest?
I am
You were
hungry.
hungry. Yeah.
I
See?
am hungry.
That's what it was.
GM says he saw a Buccaneer painted in dark sea grey. Lower sides, extra dark sea grey. Upper surfaces. The dark grey matched all the other F4 Phantoms on the flight line. Extra dark sea grey is wrong. Okay. Julian says if this comment was brought to you by Heineken, it would be the best comment in the world. However, it was brought to you by a South Walian
Heathen.
heathen. So it isn't.
Yeah, heathen.
Yeah, it's just spelled it wrong.
Okay.
Everyone
Screws and
wants
Glues
dyslexic
gives us
today.
two inspection gloves, two nitrile
Hey,
gloves.
Screw.
I've seen you for a while, buddy.
Hope you well.
Exploring Unseen is in from Canada. Hi guys, how is everyone doing today?
Hey, Rich.
Matt
What makes you
Moke
think he's from Canada?
is he not from Canada? I thought he was from Ontario.
No.
No, somebody else. Oh, my mistake.
Yes.
Okay, my mistake. Yeah, Matt said he's trying to find the mojo to put the Sea Fury stencils on. The Black Hawk, Edward to a full Monty PE kit. So waiting on that coming too.
Ah. So you're going all out on it. Nice.
Cool. Graham's in. He says, afternoon all. Just back from a scorching weekend in Yorkshire. Managed to sneak in a trip to Yorkshire Air Museum and saw the Victor engine runs. Oh, I'm a bit jealous. Just a bit jealous. Don't know what they are. Not Olympus. They're, I can't remember now. Sapphire? I can't remember. Matt Muck says, Allos Genesis did a video on... Oh,
That's Jen Wright.
Jen Wright did a video of a Defiant recently. She did the black paintwork in an interesting way. Yeah, I need to go back and watch that because I've got the same kit here. Excuse my typing. Brain not engaging this today. Doing black next. Waiting on the PE set.
Nice.
Julian says, so there's an Australian lubing people in France. Is that whether or not whether they like it or not? No. Consent is always a thing. I hope. Aaron Bell says hello all.
Hello, Aaronville.
Hello.
No.
Julian, the best laugh I had was watching Sooty and Sweep. Sweep was annoying Soot the panda playing noisily with the toy helicopter. And Soot yelled, Sweep if you're going to play with your chopper. Sweep, if you're going to play with your chopper, do it quietly. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean.
He caught up there.
Sandra in, I guess it's Sandra, not Sandra, says, I remember Pogle's Wood, the Clangers, Pinky and Perky, Trumpton,
Hell is going
Campbell
on?
Green, How, Fireball XL5, The Herbs, Captain Scarlet, Crackerjack, Swap Shop,
Everything's blowing
Watch
off
with
in English.
Mother, Catweasel, and many more. That's a lot of names I haven't heard.
Oh yeah, the herbs.
All of those.
I'm
Arsenal
familiar with
Alliance.
Cat Weasel, Captain Scarlet, Fireball XL5. That's probably all.
Swap shop.
I remember how
Yeah,
and things
that
like
was
that.
like
I know
Yes, I
Cracker
remember
Jack's an
House.
Aussie movie based on lawn bowls, but that would be a different thing, I'm sure.
Fireball XL5, I can remember.
TBG's in saying hi, everyone.
Hey, TBG.
Good morning.
Julian says, was Jim in school with Grace Park? Probably. I think he was in school with everybody.
He's probably in school with Rosa Parks.
Yeah, we'll move on from that one.
Yeah, moving on. Ian, Aussie Ian is in saying good evening all. Hello, Ian. I won't be making the meet next weekend. Again, I'll be in Melbourne, so I do apologise, but it'll be another week, another month, I would say. John is saying, at TIFF, my grandfather used to say hello instead of hello with a German accent, which would be, hello, I guess it's hello. Would that be correct, Gary, GM, Waitrose?
Possibly, I guess it's a Grüß Gott or something like that.
Yeah.
Normally, you know.
So the fact is, English with a German accent. The other way to say hello is like, I
It's
guess.
Good morning, good Abend.
How
Guten
Elon
Tag,
Musk
wie geht's?
waves at everybody, but I won't go there any more than I have. Julian says, hi, Sprue. TBG says, Sprue.
Sprue.
GM says, Julian, spell checker again. I said lubing and scroobing. Nothing about lubing subscribers. What? Sandra, question of the day for the panel. What word starts with E, ends with E, but only has one letter in it?
E.
Envelope. Envelope.
Very good. Very good. Oh, and Tiff answered envelope. Envelope?
An envelope.
Envelope. John says, anyone remember Danger Mouse? Loved
Danger
Peter.
Mouse.
I remember
Yes.
Danger Mouse.
Voiced by David Jason, and Penfold was Terry Scott, the late great Terry
Indeed so.
Scott.
There you go. Sandra says, Tiff, no, you spoiler. Ha ha. No,
It
well
was a
done.
question for the panel, and I am on
Yeah.
panel.
Yes, it's the one day of the week we let her out of her cave.
John says Fireball
Ooh.
XL5 was a song in the Spider segment from the Earth to the Moon. Oh, was it really? Good series, that. Malcolm Childs is in Le Grand Fromage saying, good morning. I'm currently on my knees, bare-chested, arms raised to heaven, screaming and laughing maniacally in the rain.
Now that is a picture I'd like to see. We have no rain here, Mr. Childs.
Sorry, did you just say you want to see Malcolm on
I'd
his
like
knees
to
with
see
no
a picture of that, yeah. We have nice blue sky with a few white puffy clouds, but the wind is suddenly picking up. So
Yeah, we had a
So
bit
do
of
I.
rain overnight, but it's dried off now.
Yeah,
Can I ask why, Malcolm?
because it's been like 30 degrees here all weekend.
I think
Yeah.
on Saturday he made it into the clubhouse till about 11, and then it got hit 30 something in his shed, so he had to go. And I must admit, I didn't last for long because I couldn't spray, I couldn't do anything.
Right.
Ridiculous.
Julian says, I remember all of those except Pogleswood, How, The Herbs, and Watch with Mother.
Well, Fred Dinage and Jack Hargreaves were on How.
They were.
Yeah,
That was
and
really
Carl
good.
Vorderman. Carl Vorderman was as well.
Who?
Carl Vorderman.
Harold Vardaman.
Yep, she was in it as well when I was younger.
Not the original series, I can tell you.
Well, no, because I wasn't born when the original series came out.
Right. Timbo's in. Timbo saying, g'day, hosts and chat. Hope all are well. Yes, I am well.
Yes, it's not as hot here today. It's much nicer.
Wonderful.
There are rumours as well, by the way, that they're looking at bringing Art Attack back as well.
Oh. Didn't he
Another program.
die, though?
What?
The host of that?
Neil Buchanan.
Neil Buchanan.
Neil Buchanan.
I don't know.
Dead.
You're thinking of
saying that
Tony
as if
Hart.
I've heard of the guy.
You're
No
thinking
idea.
of Tony Hart
I am thinking Tony Hart.
and the gallery.
Mm.
Okay,
Well,
I don't
Neil
know.
Buchanan
Moving on
is-
then. Julian says John T. Penfold is apparently an MTC, Melbourne Cricket Club, member of the Cowards Congress. Oh,
Excuse me, dear boy, it's Middlesex Cricket Club.
Well, actually, Middlesex would be Middlesex County Cricket Club. NCC is the Marylebone Cricket Club,
All right,
Oh.
gentlemen, put your penises away. You don't need to measure them as well.
which is at Lords.
Oh,
Gary,
Gary,
stop
You
it.
don't need to see it.
Put it
You don't
away.
need to see proof that you're bigger than
Put
Gary.
it away. Ah,
We almost caught up with the chat then.
It's like visiting a kindergarten on a Monday. It really is.
That's why you love it. You get to let your insanity out.
yeah. Oh, nearly done with the comments. TVG says, did Chief Force say cage or cave?
Ooh, good question. We'll leave it to your imagination.
Nicholas Cage or Nick Cave?
No,
One of
which
the-
one are they letting me out of? The cage or the
Oh,
cave?
see.
The dungeon.
Graham saying it's passing down here now, just started. Julian,
Nice.
on your knees, Malcolm? Very nearly my height then, says Julian.
With
No, I
Malcolm
honestly
is
think
probably
that
now
thing
my
is
height.
personal.
Malcolm says, Julian, lol. Exploring Unseen. Who remembers Pinky and the Brain? Yeah, I was watching a bit of
Yeah.
YouTube the other day. A song that they sang to, I think, a model of a Modern Major General sort of parody in the thing. It was good. Trying to take over the world.
Yeah.
GM says he watched a documentary this morning with French subtitles on the Thunderbirds Are Go reunion. Interesting subject. Sadly, the studio was demolished after the filming. Sadly, it's all gone.
Yeah.
John says Julian Baron Greenback was funny too. Nero was cute though. Again, I'm lost. I don't know.
Aaron Silas Greenback was
Ah,
Danger Mouse's arch enemy.
okay. So Julian remembers Pink in the Brain. Very good. I loved watching that show, says Exploring Unseen. The same thing we do every night. Try to take over the world.
Yes.
Julian says, I think the MCC in Danger Mouse was a joke. Handbags down, gentlemen. And John says, brainstem. Brainstem. Pinky.
My
And that's all the
favorite
comments.
cartoon. My favorite cartoon that David Jason did was Count Duckula.
Hmm,
Yeah,
I love that one.
after my time.
Yes.
I have a gap.
You have a gap. This is along your chine on the
This is
forward
part of that
fuselage. There.
issue. This is part of that issue that you were telling me about the other day, John.
Yeah.
I mean that will go there. But here, and
Yeah.
it's all down to these, not this part here, which is in fact the actual engine inside is sitting
Yeah.
too proud on one side.
Oh,
One of the intakes is too proud on one side, and it's glued in there now. I can't get it out,
right.
so I'm going to have to get it as tight as I can and then fill it.
Have you had a? Did you put a nose weight in?
I haven't, because it's very much
Okay.
nose down.
Yeah. I can't remember if I did or not. I think I filled the bottom half of the radome with. I think I've mentioned before that the radome on that was designed by Lockheed Martin to be unremovable because they said the radar itself won't fail any time before the airframe is out of service. Yeah.
Oh, bless them.
The Pentagon forced them to make the radome openable, which is good because Australia's replaced 4 radar arrays already.
I was going to say, I knew there was an and coming to that.
It's that childlike optimism, isn't it? I promise the radars won't fail, and they'll go.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Well, no moving
no, of
parts.
course they won't. They'll never fail. Of course they won't.
Yes. Oh, John says Brainstem was a Pinky and the Brain song.
Yes.
Count Duckula was awesome. Nanny made me laugh.
Yeah.
Julian says Nanny was
Igor.
hilarious in Count Duckula. He suggested she try using the door, so she did.
Yeah.
Smashed it as she walked through it.
Yes. Count Duckula was a vegetarian duck, a vampire duck.
Okay. No, I don't think it. No, vaguely aware of it. That's all.
It's on YouTube, I think.
All right,
I've
so
got the
you're about to
DVD.
see a great unveiling, and so all this. This is the Victor has been painted. As you can see, I've started removing some of the masks there, but I'm about to remove the rest of it and see how it looks.
Permission to
The air
have
brake
5
has been
minutes.
painted. That's a dark aluminium back there, so I'll be fitting the air brake petals on today. And as I mentioned last week, this is not the standard Victor scheme. I've gone for another different style with the white going halfway up the fuselage instead of a third of the way up. So just to recap, the standard Victor in late service, most would service is like that. I'm going for this one with a higher, what do you call it, bilge line, flight level, waterline, a higher white waterline. So yeah, so
Bloodline.
you'll see a white sort of circle there because I wanted to not have, say, green or grey shine through half of the roundel and half not. So I'll just keep on removing some stuff. And you can take me off big screen there, thank God. I'm not going to reuse these masks. Usually I put them aside for another one, but I'm not going to build another Victor. I think this will be it because I only have a certain amount of room.
Jim's in. He says hello to all on screen. Hello, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Hello,
Jim.
We were just talking about you.
Oh,
John
you
says-
mentioned. Sorry,
Go on.
you mentioned there was a comment. We'll get to that when you're ready.
John says, brought to life with ketchup. Yes, he was. Count Duckula, he means. Jim says, greetings to all the usual suspects in chat. Hobby Time says, hi, Jim. Jim says, hi, Hobby Time. Graham says, the Victor at Yorkshire Air Museum has just been repainted in the camo scheme. It looks awesome.
Awesome.
And hello, Graham. Aaronville says, hello all. Sorry, a bit late. What are you each doing today? Hi, Aaronville. I'm painting Land Rover wheels.
I'm trying to work out how to get the F-35 undercarriage into the undercarriage bay without.
I've got the Ford Model T ambulance.
Oh, I see. It needs a firm push.
Oh, I created the thumbnail for the Jagdpanther build over the weekend as well.
Oh,
It
yes.
was too hot to do any modelling, so I decided to work on stuff like that. Jim says, looks very nice, John Marley.
Thank you. What do you think of the model?
Yeah. John says, what's your Vector Victor? Do we have clearance, Clarence?
And I was
Roger,
over under when you were underdone.
Yeah. Jim says, Aaronville, what are you working on?
There is the start comment.
There you go, John.
Oh, okay. Moin. When you were discussing building HMS Victory, my mind went to that monster Hella makes. I did build the large Rebel USS Constitution, right? Yes. I'd love to get my hands on that Hella Victory. And the other one is, I think, the Soleil Royale. Both amazing kits. And about $1,000 Australian. I did see one in the collection at Models for Heroes. I'm unable to grab it because I am not a beneficiary, nor am I in the UK. So it remains there. So if a beneficiary asks for one, they get a really big Hella plastic kit with about $1,000. Oh, that is nice.
There you go. That's the thumbnail for the Jagdpanther build.
Classy.
Oh, cool.
Colourful too.
I quite like it.
I like
We've got
it a lot.
Crocodile
It's
for Tim.
Yeah, it was a
I like the effect
alligator
you've got on
Alcatraz.
the. I like the effect you've got on the number 5.
Yeah.
Just
Came
to
out
think,
all right.
not a year ago we started off with 3 veterans, and then it went to 4, and now it's gone to 5.
Well, if
I
I,
know,
keep
right?
carrying on, you'll be back down to 4.
Yeah. Keep making the show all about you, you Aussie bastard. Tim says, Aaronville says, Jim's still working on my very old AR2 plastic model, Delta Dagger F102 Alpha 1144.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go.
That's a mouthful, but that'll be a nice little. Oh, it's
That's
not
what
a
she said.
tiny
That's what
plane.
she said.
Yeah.
Jim says, question, is it pronounced Hella or Helle?
The French would pronounce it Helle, I'd imagine, Gary. Is that be correct?
Yep, that's right. Absolutely right.
Pronounce it that way just to be bloody awkward.
Yeah. Tim says, nice work, Mikey. Thank you, buddy. Do you like your crocodile? Hobbitine says, first one, Jim.
Looks a bit camp. I'll be the crocodile.
Well, it was either that or put a German helmet on him or something like that. I thought, no.
Just my opinion.
I hope he's just watching out for the mines in front of that tank there. That's right. Mine camp.
Oh, John, be careful.
Oh dear.
Tim says, love it. Haha. Good. Glad you like it, buddy. Bob says, good grief, that croc looks similar to the one I 3D printed. That's why I chose it.
Excuse me.
That was dramatic.
All my sneezes are dramatic.
You just imagine Marion just spread against a bloody wall after that.
Oh, so look,
Not for a few
discussion
years
point.
now, dear boy.
So, sorry, it's all about me for a moment. Could we zoom back in a
Again?
minute, please, Modest?
Again, you want to make it all about you again?
God's
Yes.
sake, back to him.
This
Is
is
this the
worth it.
John
So
show,
this is Edward's 48 scale Wildcat boxing, right? And you'll notice it's got, the earlier war red spots in the what's before the stars and bars, but the American insignia, the US Navy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So looking
Get
at,
on with it.
there was an ad that popped up on Facebook earlier on for AliExpress, and this is what they've done. So they obliterate the red spots as if it's, and on the wing, and on the other wing, and on the zero. So I think they assume that the red spots are Japanese, but because they're Chinese, I don't particularly like the Japanese insignia, so they obliterate it. Isn't that just weird?
Very odd.
Very strange.
Anyway,
But there we go.
back to Bearded Veteran Creates, not scale modeling twins. Let's crack on with the comments. Anvil says, what is everyone in the chat working on? TVG says, spoiler, the
Gary's
Stolly.
patience.
I've just had a message from Kerry Ann, who must be watching silently.
Yeah.
Says, get off AliExpress just because someone else mentioned it. Now, don't I? I know you're
Nice.
there, and I'm not on AliExpress.
Yes, he is.
And I haven't been on AliExpress for a long time.
He lies.
I was
He's
on.
lying.
I was on Wayland Games on Saturday.
I
Yes.
was on
But-
AliExpress, but I think I got away with it.
But Chief Snitch, your mum knows about that.
The snitch in chief. TVG says, spoilers, the Stolly. Oh, that looks like such a good kit. I would love a
Mine
Stolly.
hasn't arrived yet.
Ooh.
Mystery box, Nick pre-ordered one, and it hasn't arrived.
Ooh.
Very odd. I'll have to get him to chase it up.
See, I'd get one. I'd order one, but I've got enough to do as it is anyway.
I've got a ferret. Got the mark on ferret to say for the other day.
That looks good. The ferret
Yeah.
looks good.
I've got a ferret, but it's down my
So I
trousers.
got a package. Friend over at Models for Heroes, not friend of this channel,
Yes.
and it's this one.
Ah,
There we go.
That's a
It's a
Porsche.
1984 boxing of the Porsche 956
956.
from Vern Schuppen winning.
Oh,
I know, right?
oh, that's
And,
cool.
Oh, wow.
See how the box is a bit yellowed and everything else. So it's got the yellowed Dirkels, slightly yellowed, but the original Rothmans one, and he's got replacement ones as well. Not only that, what's really exciting about all this? This is my favourite race car. It's absolutely glorious. I think. Anyway, not only that, but what he threw in the box was a complete mystery and surprise. TSR2 resin seats.
oh, well, there
Isn't
we
that
go.
classic? That's to go with, of course, my 48 scale Airfix TSR2. But thank you,
Nice.
Steph. Thank you very much indeed.
Oh, that 956.
Hang on, did you start that? Did you start that whole sort of monologue with friend of M4H but not friend of this channel?
Well, I would have thought that you would have referred to friends of the channels as supporters. Is this not correct? Did I disparage our friend Steph? I didn't mean to.
Yeah,
I think you may have inadvertently.
unless he's fallen out with the channel, hasn't he?
No,
I
he
don't
hasn't.
think
I hope not.
No, I don't think he
No.
has.
No, but I
Well,
think
as far as I'm
yeah. Look,
aware,
I
he
am really really pleased with that. He knows. Well, I expressed interest in it when he flicked it up on a sprue or false on a Model C Hero stream, and I said, look, I'll pay you good money for that, and he sent it free of charge. I paid for postage, so I am very much in his debt. It's fantastic.
Oh, there you go. You'll have to keep doing live streams with him now.
I think
Not a problem.
Steph normally finishes live stream just as we go live, so he's probably in recovery.
Yes.
That's why we don't see him.
Is that one of the Derek Bell cars, John?
It would be. Let's see. There's Vern Schuppen, A. Holbert, and H. Haywood on car number 3. Looking at the instruction is.
That's right. Memories
Instrucciones. Do you know,
Okay.
it's
So
pleasantly cool in here today. It's lovely.
car number 3, driver. Yeah, Vern Schuppen, A. Holbert, and H. Haywood. Car number 2 is 41. Johann Mass and Marcin Beloff.
Oh, Stefan Beloff. Dear goodness.
S. Beloff, yep. S. Beloff, Stefan Beloff. And car number 137. Is this the one? Yeah, it's Jackie X and Derek Bell. Yeah, you're right.
Jackie X and Bell. Now, they were a hell of a team in endurance racing. Used to go and watch it when they were racing. They were outstandingly good team. Jackie X, what a driver. And Derek Bell, very
wonderful
underrated
box art with this Tamiya kit as well. And it's got the full engine, unlike the Italeri boxing of the same one. So I am so happy.
Oh, I'm so tempted to try and track one down now.
Right, can I crack on with the comments because we've fallen behind?
Please. And back to the owner of the channel.
Yes. John says, I saw Tamiya dinosaurs. You could do a Jurassic Park dio. Do you know what? I've actually wanted to do the dinosaurs for a while. I just not got around to getting one.
I heard that about you.
Dickhead. John says, Gesundheit.
Well, if you do one, Mikey, and you want some ideas on colours, remember, I know all about them because they were around when I was young.
Oh, that's true.
Just get that in before you do.
I wasn't going to say nothing, mate. I was going to say nothing. But if I ever do this Fokker DR1, I will be asking for if you got any selfies or anything. Jim says, an AR2, I know they rebox some Otaki kits. Do you know if your model is an original mold that AR2 produced? Or ARI or whatever it's called. I don't know. Graham says, I'm trying to create mass using a cry cut machine for my BOPAC Mozzie. Also, just finishing up a Mark 21 City of Glasgow Squadron Spitfire. Nice.
Oh.
Yes, it is a whole new hobby trying to do masks on a. I tried to do them on a silhouette cutter,
Yes.
and it got a bit too complicated for my faddled old brain. So,
Bless you.
it is interesting, but there you go. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Jim, mine is an original mold in the original box. I got it from someone who passed away last year, sadly. Oh.
Mm.
Jim says, Edward Wildcat, a very nice kit, built one myself.
Hmm.
Nice.
Ah, very good. Does look nice.
Kerry Morris says, hee hee, I'm here.
Hello, Kerry.
Sneaky, sneaky. And she says, has my fan arrived, Dad?
No, and as far as I can see, it's not coming today, daughter.
No, your biggest fan is sat there on camera. Carry on. This is what you're supposed to say.
I'm just checking my emails now.
Do you want to mute in case any dodgy noises come out of them?
No, it's all right.
Aaronville says, Graham, if you can mask via your Crycut machine, maybe you can sell some to those doing those specific models. Masks are always hard to do if they don't come with kits. Yeah. Jim says it is quite rare to see an early 1942 US Navy airplane with rudder stripes and no red dot in the star. Yes. Jim says, John, the Kinetic F-16, you remember which you fitted first? The intake nose or the main wheel bay? I'm thinking wheel bay as the intake assembly just dry fits straight in. Instructions have it the other way around.
I've never built the Kinetic F-16. I'm sorry, GM. I know
I have.
Tim and Gary has. Well,
I
built
have. Well,
some of it.
Some of it I have, and it was so awful, and the instructions were so badly printed that it never got finished. The concept behind it, the kit had everything in it, bells, whistles, a lot. But honestly, the instructions were so badly printed, they looked like they'd been done on one of those old-fashioned hand-driven copying machines that they used in schools in the late 60s. It was bloody awful, and a lot of the fit was. Some of it was down to me, but some of it was down to the kit. It wasn't very good.
Okay. Jim says, Aaronville says, very nice. I like the United States Air Force Century Series jet fighters.
Yeah, they're great.
Ozzy says, I'm sitting here building the Airfix Ferret at the moment. It does look a nice kit. I wouldn't mind doing it.
I'd be happy to do that as a group build.
Yeah, same here. Bob says, Crivens, forgotten about the UK Tamir distributor, Rico, Richard Constant.
Oh, it's a sticker on the box I had, I think. I'd never seen that sticker before.
I'm going to check when my parcel's due, Bob.
That one there.
What? It says it's been delivered.
Well, someone at the door now.
Thanks.
It's been delivered to Waitrose.
It says it was delivered at 20 to 12. Who the hell signed for it? Okay, that's worrying. Graham says, Anvil, they're masks for the insignia, not the clear parts. I tried printing the decals, but couldn't get enough colour saturation.
And TBG says, the Stolly is big. John Thompson says, here's an obscure movie with Lee Majors and Burgess Meredith. The Last Chase. I like the F-86 and the final scheme it had. Another one I've not seen, that one.
No.
Phil's in. He says, "Good afternoon, everyone."
Hello,
Afternoon, Phil. And Julian says, "Going back to kids programs. Damn it! I thought we got away from that." Does anyone remember Rugrats? My kids used to watch Rugrats. Angelica told Tommy he'd get rhinocytris. He didn't believe her. She said, "Don't come running to me when you get a horn." Oh dear. Jim says to John, "I have never seen that film." John, do you know what year it was made?
The Porsche 1984.
TBG says, "At least the Porsche only has one wing for John to put on backwards." But he will.
I will.
JT says to Jim, "Early 1980s." And JT also says, "Sharp scissors, sheer perfection."
Okay, apparently my parcel from Bob has been signed for by someone called Wilkes. I don't know anyone called Wilkes.
Oops.
And our postman knows my address. And he knows.
Is your
who I am.
postman called Wilkes?
No.
Jim Oldcott says, "Thanks, John. I searched for it on YouTube." And John Thompson says, "The wreck of the Yorktown had a few changed markings. You had the stars and no red dot." JT says there were aircraft stowed. And Julian says, "Regarding paint masks, scan the painting instructions, resize as needed to the model size, print to PDF, print as many as you need, cut out each color and tape to model." That is one way of doing it. You also need to have the brain capacity to be able to follow those steps. And TBG says, "Mail order servants for Waitrose." Duke's in. He says, "Good day, all you beautiful people. Hope you're all well." Good day, Duke.
Hey,
Hey,
Jake.
Duke.
And Gary says, "John, sorry. Thought you built an F-16. Gary M. Yes, it can be odd to figure out. The dry assembly quickly sorts out the best way to tackle assembly." Yeah, I think that's a lesson I learned very quickly after that. Julian says, I get that sometimes, Mikey. Amazon parcel allegedly handed to resident. I didn't even know it was there. It was dumped on my doorstep." Yeah, they did that with my new tablet. They just dumped it on the doorstep and said it was signed for. Jim says to John Thompson, "Just after the Battle of the Coral Sea, early May, all US Navy aircraft had the red dot removed. At midway on the 4th of June, when the Yorktown was sunk, all aircraft insignia was the red dot."
Yep, that's because an American Wildcat shot up one of our Australian Catalinas and injured the co-pilot.
Rather nasty of them.
Well, they mistook the red dot for the Japanese
The
float
rising
plane.
sun.
Yeah.
Ian Ellison's in. Says, "Good afternoon, all. Just done a big shop." Oh, you have to do a big shop on a Monday. "And got a P51D Mustang from Lidl too." Nice. Do love a Mustang. Jim says, "Good day, Duke." JT says, "Thanks, Jim." And Gary says, "I paint liquid masking on. The pre-cut masks are stupidly annoying to fit onto clear parts." Yeah, I must admit, I've done it in the past where I've used a combination of Tamiya tape and liquid mask. Duke Wellington says, "Good day, Jim." The problem with liquid mask is the amount I use it goes off in the bottle before I can get through it all.
Yeah,
And
it does that.
John says to Jim, "You can see the world mural in the hangar deck on the wreck of the Yorktown." They had a mural in the hangar deck, did they?
Didn't know that.
And Bob says, at BBC, "Just double check the certificate of posting. Number and postcode match the address you gave me. Therefore, I claim innocence." I think Mikey's just gone off to beat the postman.
Yeah, I've seen the picture that they've put, the proof of postage. thing, but it looks like the picture was taken whilst it was still in the van, and they've delivered it to somebody else.
Nice one.
Because the
Nice
signature says Wilkes on it.
Nice one, Royal Mail. And JT says Yorktown and Indianapolis are well preserved. And Julian says, if I recall correctly, all the RAF aircraft had the red dot removed from the roundel in the Pacific as Americans shot them in mistake, thinking it was a Japanese rising sun.
That's right.
And John says, Gary, I saw it in a video, was impressed. You could see the tractors. Wow. Bob says, a royal fail. And Jim says, the hazy blue-grey paint, the white and blue of the insignia all faded together when aircraft were aloft. The red stood out and confused pilots. And what you don't want is a confused pilot.
No.
Well, friendly fire was the reason why they reintroduced the invasion strikes in Korea, because an American B-29 crew shot down a Seafire 47, mistaking it for a Yak something, or a Yak 9 or something like that the Koreans did have. And they thought, well, it's a single engine thing with a bubble canopy, therefore it's going to be shot at. They shot it down. Pilot was very badly burned, but did survive. And then after that, they started putting the black and white invasion stripes back on as a identification aid. There we go. Every day's a school day.
Duke says, hope you don't miss me too much on Friday. I went to Snake Valley for a Franco-Prussian war game in 10mm. Wow. Who won? And Jim says, thank you, Julian. You worded it perfectly, much better than I. Bob, Julian says, Bob, I call the pair royal fail and parcel farce. And Duke says, I listened to the stream on Sunday on my drive home. Oh, you had us in podcast mode. JT says, there's also a preserved staff car on the Yorktown wreck. Wow. Bob says to Julian, absolutely correct.
Okay. So I found the transcript. This is an account of that incident, removing of the coloured roundels from the Royal Australian Air Force official history of World War II. I sent this to Gary Waitrose a few months ago. In fact, a year ago, just about, looking at the date. A very short quote. An incident occurred after one of these raids. Just carried on from the previous paragraph. From one of these raids led to the deletion of red circle in the roundels of all RAF aircraft. Returning from the attack on 26, now I didn't put the year or month, but let's say it's 1942, let's say, or, second half of the year. One of the number 11 squadron's aircraft, captained by Flying Officer Seymour, came into a light on Havana Harbour in Efati or Noumea. Ground control at Noumea Base had reported the Catalina as an unidentified aircraft, and the pilot of an American Navy Grumman Wildcat fighter was ordered to investigate it. The red circles on the Catalina's wings were so distinct that the American pilot mistook them for Japanese markings and all too promptly attacked. The fuel tanks and port aileron of the Catalina were damaged by the Wildcat's gunfire, and 2 bullets passed through the main crew compartment, one of them close behind the head of the second pilot, Sergeant Bramwell. Seymour held the Catalina steady on its glide and brought it in safely on the harbour. After the damage had been temporarily patched, Seymour flew his aircraft to Noumea, where mechanics from the American tender Curtis made effective repairs. So there you go. That's the actual transcript.
There you go. And that's why the red circle got removed.
Yeah. And it stayed that way until 1946, well after the war and well after Japanese aircraft were flying.
Jim says to John, view a recent episode of Unauthorized Podcast of Pacific War. The hosts go over the 2023 filming of Yorktown. I saw the mural in the hangar deck. I'm about to have a look at that.
Okay. I'm going to change camera. So this is with all the masking removed. there's not much to fix, but it's just a wrong button. This one, that one, this one. So yeah, top view, side view, front view.
I'm going to have to have a minute to myself, I think.
So yeah, and like that bottom view. I'll need to go back. I didn't mask this, so it's got a bit of overspray on it. So that'll easy just be white again. But I've got another little bit of half roundel to remove there. There we are. And what have I done there? Oh no, there's an extra bit of tape I didn't remove. There we go. So yeah, it's come up all right.
Very nice.
I think the mask set's worth it because it looks like a Victor, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You okay, Gary?
Yeah, I'm. Whilst you're chatting away about all things modelling, I was looking at the cricket score. That's all.
The
Looks
Gary.
like England got on for another famous victory. That's all.
How's other Gary?
I'm all right. Mikey seems to have gone into battle with Royal Mail, so I'll take over the chat for a while.
Yeah.
But there is none. So I've just been working on the back end of my F-35.
Mm-hmm.
A GM says, interesting, there were two types of black and white stripes painted, home fleet stripes and active operations on the British aircraft. John says to Jim, amazed they are finding all the lost wrecks. They found the Japanese carriers Akagi and Kaga, not related to the battle, but they also found Hornet, Wasp and Lexington. Mr. Skippins would be interested in the Akagi because he's doing a 135 massive build of the Akagi flight deck. What do they call the
bridge?
The bridge setup thing, and he's got 3 decks underneath as well. It's his project post his heart surgery. So. We had a round table yesterday, which was hosted by the one and only Mr. Childs, which you can watch on YouTube.
When Mikey comes back, I'm going to have him double check the outro because I think he's put the wrong one up.
Okay.
He's probably shouting and screaming at Royal Mail at the moment.
It's getting a bit nippy in here. I might turn the air conditioning.
My goodness!
Bloody hell!
Just get the Punkawalla to slow down a bit.
Yeah, stop pedaling so hard.
Yeah. Oh, wrong camera.
I found a mask set for the ICM Dornier 217 as well, so I can start that soon. That needs a lot of masking on the front end. DPD says that what's going on. What? I've got an active parcel.
Yeah. Could you bring up the 10:05 comment, please, Tiff? I'll read from there.
Sorry, pressed the wrong bloody button. What you wanting?
10:05 comment from Jim.
10:05.
10:05 p.m. It'll be.
The
What would it be? 12:05 for you.
13:05.
That one.
Sorry. Yeah. Jim says at John.
I read that one out.
I have you. I'll read it again because I could do it better. View a recent episode of Unauthorized Podcast of Pacific War. The hosts go over the 2023 filming of Yorktown. I saw the mural in the hangar deck. See? So much better. That was worth it.
Yeah, so we're actually on that one.
That one. He says, yes, indeed, John. Most of that work is a result of the Paul Allen. He financially backed all of those search missions and found the ships. Cool.
Excellent.
Imagine people being philanthropic these days. Just hardly happens. Jim says the late Paul Allen. Oh, that's probably why then. John says, I found out my build, the Germans were going to make the carrier out of Europa. The Italians did it with the Roma to become the Aquila. And they had a second carrier, the Spaviero. Normandy as a carrier would have been sad. And Jim says the Germans started constructing their carrier. I think it was the Graf Zeppelin. It was. Yes. Graf Zeppelin. Very cool. Where are my air brake thingies? There.
Sorry, the council just been out, so I was going to deal with that.
Nice.
I'm wondering if the parcel's been delivered to my neighbour for some reason.
Maybe they might have knocked on the door and just knocked really quietly
Yeah.
and thought there wasn't.
Problem is, I'm not sure what my neighbour's surname is. I just know she's a miserable cow.
Well, unfortunately, you're going to have to go on and knock, aren't you?
Yeah. It doesn't help that whoever it was has got nearly the same signature as me.
Oh.
Which is weird.
How is that possible when you've got two completely different surnames?
I don't know.
Well, that reminds me of a funny thing that happened yesterday in the Marley clan. So my daughter, Erin, the one who lives in Townsville, that's going to university, she usually has trouble understanding, remembering people's name and remembering who they were. She's not really good at facial recognition. She would suck at that software, if that made sense. So in the family chat, what happened was there was a get-together in Melbourne with Timmy. He came down, and so there was a family get-together. Now, and this is the chat here. So Erin says, I have a mortifying problem. And there's this photo, right? Now, that's the better-looking Marley holding Joseph, one of the new sort of babies in the family and all that sort of stuff like that, right? So Erin said, which one is that? I genuinely can't tell. I'm becoming increasingly distraught over it. And Lily's laughing. Her friend's laughing at me. Please help. So Jenna says, the adult or the baby? So in very small print, Jenna says, adult. Paul, her response is, fuck. Why does he have a beard? It changes the face shape. They have the same fucking jumper. This is the worst day of my life. And then Bron took a photo of me sitting at the model bench. Right? Erin says, I'm going to sob fully over this. And there's a picture of Paul. And her reply is, that's Dad. That's my father. Why is this being done to me? Why did I deserve this? And then, hey, Erin, says Jenna, which child is that? And she thinks about it. Joey, I think probably. Yeah, Hannah is there, and he's the freshest grub. So anyway, she says, Erin is scrolling through the wiki page for prosopagnosia and sniffling pathetically. Apparently, that's the official term for not being able to understand faces and who's who. But the thing is, she literally couldn't tell which one of these two people was her father.
Wow.
How about that?
In a way, that's quite scary. And I don't mean that. I haven't said that comedic effect, but you would think or that close family, would know the subtle differences.
Well, She also made the point that, because
Long
all the way
legs.
through my military service, I had shorter hair than Paul. Now I can grow it longer. So that's baffling her. Is look, we have typically the same hair length now. And the same facial hair is just really messing with her, literally.
I've got a feeling this parcel's gone next door, so I'm just going to nip next door and see if they've got it.
Right.
Of course, she could have gone by the golden rule. Whichever if he's good looking, it ain't you.
Yes, even John agrees. He says, "Yep." Talking about the Graf Zeppelin.
What? Not that you're the uglier, Marley.
No, of course not. No. I am but an humble dwarf.
I am but a humble dwarf.
Right, we got quite a few comments too.
Yep, happy to read.
Oh, go on then.
So John says there was a second carrier proposed. Jim asks, anyone remember the Monty Python episode, The Golden Age of Ballooning? Ferdinand Zeppelin is parodied about his airship. No, I don't remember that one.
No, I don't remember that one.
John says he thought it was cool finding the hood.
Yeah.
Gary says we invited the Americans over to our area of operations during the Gulf War at Riyadh so they could see what the RWF markings look like. Was challenged by their radar too many times with fighters. Yeah, wow. It's funny having to pronounce it RWF or RAF or whatever just so you guys can understand what the hell we're talking about. We're just used to saying RAF. John says, at gym, I feel happy. Thump. TBG says, tip for John, dye your hair pink. Well. The better looking Marley's in. He says, why am I always a topic of conversation when I walk in this room?
Well, there you go, you see.
Can't get enough of him.
Jim says Ferdinand, not Ferdinand. I can be such a bloody pillac at times. Yep. Jim says, sing, John, sing.
Don't. You'll have mothers hovering over that red button.
Duke says, that's no good, John. That means she'll give Paul all your birthday presents in future. Ha, 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 ha. What birthday presents?
Paul wrings his hands and thinks, more model kits for me.
Gino's in. He says, good afternoon, everyone in the chat and the panel.
Good afternoon, Gino.
Good afternoon.
Jim says, quoting Monty Python, it is an airship, not a balloon, Schweinhund. John asks,
nope.
Did you guys see Das Boot? I certainly did. Brilliant.
No, I didn't see Das Boot the films. I did watch the series that they made.
Nope, next door I've got it.
Nope.
Paul says more model kits for me, wringing hands. Spooky.
Every time I ask, do you want a model kit? He said no. So this is one way to get him.
Doesn't need to. You get them anyway now.
Mikey.
Yes.
You know the intro you've got in the bottom?
Yeah.
The outro, sorry. Is it the right one?
Yes. Don't worry.
Okay. I'm just used to a different one, that's all.
Yeah, I know. Well, the other ones would need updating, and I don't have CapCut anymore, do I? So.
No. No, I'm just worried because last time you got a copyright strike from that one.
No, I didn't.
I thought you did.
No, that was from the Christmas one that Malcolm.
Ah,
did.
right.
Ah, okay.
No.
This is the strand-based delivery you're missing? Is it?
I don't know what. No.
Well, will it not be the 3D prints?
Yeah.
Probably because I've still got the strand beast here. I need to get a list of where I'm posting them all.
Okay, so it's saying on the GPS map that they've done, it's saying it's one of the houses up the road.
Mm.
So, but why they'd have delivered it to that, I don't know.
Unless it's a different postie than you usually have.
Well, it will, like I say, it will be because he knows my name and address.
Yeah, it's more than likely he's off ill or something then, and then this guy's just taken over the round.
Yeah, there's one that he just drives up and he just chucks everything everywhere. He's an asshole.
It'll be that one then.
Problem is, I don't know the surnames of people on my street because I'm not that nosy.
It looks like you're going to have to go knocking on doors after the stream. And we all know nobody likes doing that.
No.
No, sir.
What a friendly place like North Wales, surely.
Well, no, everyone's friendly enough. I just don't like people.
Come on in back. Sit yourself down.
I mean, like I said, I can see the photo and the name and address on it is perfectly clear. Well, why would the postman go, okay, you've got a completely different name, I'll let you sign for it?
Yeah.
That makes
Why
no sense.
wouldn't you just look at the actual address and take it there?
Yeah.
Because all he's got to do is get a signature. You could sign it Mickey Mouse.
Well, but then he also needs to prove that it's been delivered. And in law, delivery is either A, handing it physically to the recipient, the addressee, I should say, or B, photographing it in the open front door of the address. If you can't provide either of those, then you cannot legally prove delivery.
I'm looking at the photo that was taken, and it's next to another parcel, and it's in the bottom of the van.
Well, then
you can actually see the drainage channels.
Then, in law, they would not be able to prove anything has been delivered.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at mine. What was it? It was the package from Skiffins. The Jägermeister Porsche that I bought. It was he took a photo of it in my neighbour's bloody yard.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's an all concrete yard as well, and there's like no sort of like indication of where it could be. So I literally had to knock on every unit to try and find out.
I had a model jet engine delivered, which was like $1,000 kit that I was reviewing. It was delivered to my street address, sadly not in Greenford. There are 7 others of our house in the UK, and it had gone to one in Newbury. So the post office had to track it because they showed, we've got a picture of your front door open. I said, well, here's a picture from Google Maps to show that that's not my front door. That's the one in Newbury because it looks like this. And, oh, right. Oh, okay then. Oh, right. Well, yeah, well, we'll redeliver it then. Well, yeah, I think that'll be a good idea, don't you? Absolutely lovely shower. A shower, you understand? A shower.
Absolute shower. I had an incident with Amazon. I ordered a 4K 50-inch TV some years ago from them, and the delivery driver pulled up outside our house and then went to pull away. Well, I happened to be out the front at the time, and I said, I think you're fine. You've got a TV on there for me, because the actual Amazon message, I'd got the message saying it was on its way and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'd actually been tracking how many stops it was away from the house, because it's quite a big object. He says, no, there must be a mistake. He said, it's not on the van, and drove off. I bet he had a nice night's viewing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I had a massive battle with Amazon to get my money back, which I got back, and then went to Curry's and bought the TV. That's what I should have done in the first place.
Yeah.
Huh.
So Kay's currently phoning up the post office now to find out what the hell's going on.
They won't do anything, mate.
No. I'll be really pissed off if one of my neighbours is taking it in and doesn't have the decency to bring it round. Because we do it enough for other people. If they're not in or something, because we're in all the time.
See, I'm kind of lucky I don't have to do that with the shop being downstairs with having the post office in. They mostly just get taken there instead of to a neighbour.
See, we used to have that, but then the post office in the shop around the corner shut down.
Yeah, well, there was talks of putting that one down and the one in the next village over where my mum lives, and there was absolute hell on, massive uproar, petitions signed and everything to keep them, because otherwise we'd have to take a 45-minute bus ride into town to post it.
I know what I can do. I can put a post on our village Facebook page.
Good idea.
Have you got a village Facebook page, Mikey? You could put a post on that.
Half an hour.
Just trying to lighten the mood of Parcelgate.
Comment.
Okay, Bob says, JT, just watched Last of the Summer Wine episode, Das Welly Boot. And JT says, there is a Thompson in Das Boot. Might be a relative of mine. He was from Berlin. My relatives moved there after the war. Might be a relative of mine. Well, you never know. Stranger things have happened. Duke says, Paul, will you get all the kits you don't like, though?
Yes, he will.
Gino asks, how is everyone doing? We're all doing fine, buddy.
Yeah, I'm good.
Good, thanks, man.
John Thompson says, the copyright strikes back. A good sci-fi film, lol. Bob says, my bad writing, innocent reading of a house number, or incorrect reading of a house number.
No, it's just...
I think it's just, royal fail.
Yeah.
John Thompson says, it just dawned on me, wouldn't it be funny if cups used on the Star Wars set were solo cups? I know a good song about solo cups called Red Solo Cup. It's a very good song.
Is it one of those AI songs by any chance?
No. It's by the late, great Toby Keith.
Because I have heard some right weird AI
If you what's that bloody streaming app called that I've got? Spotify, thank you. If you go on Spotify and search Toby Keith Red Solo Cup, good song. I like that.
I do currently have YouTube.
Light-hearted party song, that is. Jim says, cheer up, Mikey. Perhaps some good neighbour will bring the parcel to you. That's right. Be a glass half full kind of guy.
I usually am, but this has annoyed me.
And Julian says, Mikey, are you on nextdoor.co.uk? Maybe post there, and if someone called Wilkes has your parcel.
I don't know.
But that only works if that person called Wilkes is also on there.
Yes, it is.
And there's no guarantee that they are.
No. Paul Marley says, Paul, hey Mikey, why did you join the army? Mikey, I don't like people.
I don't like people, and I do like shooting.
Well.
Jim says, the decisions and actions of some delivery service drivers sometimes defies explanation. Absolutely. And Jim also says to John, to quote Rodney Dangerfield, don't quit your day job, kid. Julian says, agreed, Waitrose. However, Amazon's so-called proof of delivery is just a photo of wherever they left the parcel. Absolutely correct.
It's not proof of delivery.
And Malcolm Child says, thanks for that kit, Gary. And Jim says to Malcolm Childs, hello, Malcolm. I have no idea. You must be talking to you, Waitrose.
Yeah.
Joe says, same problem here with FedEx, who used to be great. They sent me a picture of the package left on the front door. The only problem, it wasn't my front door. Our postal service is just as bad. That's exactly what's just happened to Mikey, but more or less.
Yeah.
Only they took a photo of it still in the back of the van.
My mum had something delivered here from Argos before, and because it was only like a small,
It's Argus.
Yes, because it was only a small parcel, they use Yodel for like the smaller things, and it was a drill with like loads of extra pieces, and they didn't knock on my front door. They just dumped it on the floor in front of my front door. Didn't knock or anything, and it got stolen.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We had something quite fragile delivered by Yodel, and we weren't in when it was delivered, and they literally launched it over the 6-foot wooden fence down the side of our house. Thankfully, it didn't break, but there you go.
This is all quite horrifying to hear.
Oh yeah,
It's obviously not a one-off thing. Everyone's got stories.
Oh yeah, it's horrible. They don't care.
Got no pride in their work. Julian says, Amazon dispatchers are, in my honest opinion, morons. They tell drivers one parcel at a time so they can deliver a parcel to one house, then hours later deliver another in the same street.
Crazy.
JT says, Jim, I don't have a day job. Got laid off a year ago. First time I can laugh about it. Local economy here is bad. I am very sorry to hear that, John.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I've had one good delivery driver, and it was actually not long ago. It was one of my Redbubble parcels, and he couldn't find my front door, so he rang me to ask where it was, because mine's kind of hidden in the alcove, and like the archway, and he didn't realise. He thought it was the front door for the shop, for the hairdressers downstairs, but no, it was my front door.
Yeah.
So kudos to him for ringing.
Yeah.
Our Royal Mail postings are very good here. Actually, I must say, 2 of them we've had over the last 20 years. I chat to them in the street, and I see one of them. I was to find a letter, but I had to send something. It needed to go into a letterbox, and they've all been dug up around here and taken away. So I was wandering around and just said to him, "Look, where?" I saw him drive past in the traffic, and he was at the lights, and just waved to him and said, "Where is there a post office I can actually take this to?" And he said, "Well, give it to me."
Oh, this might be someone dropping a parcel.
Ooh.
You know, gave him the parcel, and then a couple of hours later, he sent me a photo of him actually putting it in the thing at the sorting office, and that's nice. Saved me a lot of effort.
Is this Mikey's faith in humanity being restored?
Oh, there's a danger of that. He might not be such a grumpy bastard.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. He did what? What?
Well, this will be a person that Mikey does like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear him laughing.
I have a parcel.
Is that your faith in humanity restored then, Mikey?
Yes. I can delete that post now. There you go.
Okay, so what was the story?
Okay, so the guy that it got delivered, right? I live halfway down the street. It got delivered to a house at the far end of the street. And the guy does eBay a lot, so he just assumed it was for him because his eyes aren't very good. And then he opened it. I thought, what the hell is this? It's not something I've ordered. So he checked the address properly, and he's brought it round for me on his.
Oh, wonderful!
Very good.
So yeah.
After he opened it, he thought, I don't want that shit.
Yeah. Or
So-
what
so-
do you do with it, and where do you plug it in?
So do you like people again, Mikey, or are you still a bit negative?
My faith in humanity has been restored in this village. Because somebody straight away commented on a post saying the person with that surname lives at number 8 as well. So that's cool of them. I think whoever's commented obviously messaged the guy and said, someone looking for their parcel.
Said, is it any good? Do you want to go halves?
There's a lot of bubble wrap.
Well, there will be if Bob ordered it.
I mean, mate, I'm amazed there's not a million strand beasts in it.
Mine came in a bubble wrap envelope.
Ah. I have a small army of characters here, which is cool.
Oh, would there be a lion amongst them?
There is. There's a lion.
All right. I'll
Hang on,
continue
how
the
many dragons?
comments after you're ready, Tiff.
There's 3 dragons, a crocodile, a lion, a fox, kangaroo, a bat, and a monkey. Cool.
Unreal.
Thanks, Bob. The world is at peace again. They're cool.
GM says the hotel manager is French-born but grew up in New Zealand. His Japanese wife grew up in Sydney. They parody the French as well as hello actors. John says, I was a draftsman and it got to be a terrible place to work in the end. Got into models while looking for ghost jobs. Oh, right. Aaron Bill was speaking to an Amazon driver. He says he works from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and has to deliver 120 parcels. That's one every 5 minutes, no breaks. And most of the people are not in, so it's not that easy. Well, that makes sense. But what about Jeff Bezos actually passing, what do they call it? Dribble down economy or something or other?
Yeah.
Sharing the wealth.
Jim Aldecott says, sorry to hear that, John. I didn't know. My comment was meant to be humorous. Of course, nothing would be in spite from you, Jim. Julian says, Waitrose, someone posted a few months ago, there was 3 towns close to each other with streets of the same name. Parcel delivered to the wrong one.
Do you want me to carry on, John?
No, I'm happy. John says, thanks,
Okay.
Gary. I'll take it one day at a time. Julian says, one DPD courier claimed that he couldn't access the premises. It's a house. Ring the damn doorbell. Yes. John says, Jim, you made me laugh. Thanks for the comment. This group is helping me by meeting people. Yeah, well,
Brilliant.
always.
Cool.
That's the
Great
whole,
people here.
Glad to hear it, mate.
whole point of it.
Feel free to join the Discord, John, if you want to. The great bunch of guys on there.
Yeah.
They're always chatting and saying good morning to each other and things.
I shall grab it as a link now.
Thank you, Zim Modders.
Copy.
I mean, bless the old fella. It's a good job it was a really light parcel. He could barely bloody walk, bless him.
John says, good to share a laugh.
Yeah.
Graham says, I used to have a good postie, hopefully with a bit of consent. Then I moved house. Turned out he lived over the bottom fence. Said hello on day one. He'd seen the redirection notice. We're still friends now.
Cool.
Bob says, got most of the local delivery drivers trained to put stuff in the back of my daughter's broken car on the drive. All except DHL. Morons.
Mm-hmm.
Humanity tick, says Paul Marley.
Yep.
Joe says, that's
Matthew.
great, Mikey. Okay, it's a good Monday.
The world is at peace again.
Julian
Except
says,
for
a
that.
few years ago, I got home to a big parcel left in my doorway with the house name in black capitals, a couple of feet from my sign with a different house name. Unbelievable. Bob says, I left the arachnids out as requested.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Bob.
Hey, left them
Yeah,
out.
I've got all of them.
Yeah, Kay would have had a hissy fit if she'd seen them.
Yeah. I think I probably would have had a panic attack because I don't do spiders.
John's found a model of the Transavia PL-12, the aircraft at the end of Mad
Oh,
Max
the
Beyond
one we were
Thunderdome.
talking about.
It does exist. Imagine that in a group build. It's ugly
Yeah.
enough. I'll
I
be
was saying
happy.
the other day, we need to have a meeting about what we want to do for group builds, future group builds.
Well,
And
Bob
that's on
says
my
there's a
time.
separate lion due for chair force, but he
Yes.
evidently hasn't read the Discord request for communication.
I do apologise, Bob. I haven't. I will get on that. Apologies, my friend.
Tiff's put the Discord link.
He's put all that effort in, you can't even be asked reading a bloody message.
Yes,
Jesus
I knew.
Christ, Gary.
Jump on the
You
Scott's
bastard.
model. Sorry. Scott's models is in from Tasmania saying good evening, everyone. G'day, Scott.
Evening,
Welcome
Scott.
back.
Welcome to the John Show. You know I'm
He's
only joking.
helping you out.
I know, I'm only joking.
I'm helping you out. Bob says Discord has a great group and an idiot like me.
Yeah,
We've got four
am a
comments
member
left
of
and
the
I'll hand it
Discord
back.
Group. I just continually fail to go on there.
You're a very
Jim
kind
says-
idiot.
Jim worked as an Amazon delivery driver for a short time. It was a challenge to meet quota. I thought I might be fired because I wasn't keeping up. TBG says, g'day, Scott's models.
Hmm.
Jim says, g'day, Scott. How are things in Tasmania? John says, thanks, Tiff. And John
No
says, some of the ugliest planes were the most admired.
I've achieved what I wanted to achieve today, which was to paint the tyres in rubber black. The AK rubber black. So, we may as well have that meeting now.
Hey,
All right.
We could have that meeting now.
Meeting call to order.
while
Yes.
we're on the live show.
Well, I'm not
How
saying
do you-
it'll be the final list, but we can come up with ideas. I can make notes.
Okay.
I
Those sound
sense
too
trepidation,
depressing.
Gary.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
There's my notebook.
Okay, I take it you're calling this meeting to order then.
Yes. Order in court,
Give him a gavel.
gentlemen and modders, because I know you hate me saying ladies.
Yes, I hate being called a lady because I'm
Is that right?
Order!
Order!
and now I can't find my notebook. Oh, there it is.
Oh my God,
You
this
can't
note's
find your
being
modder's
taken.
notebook that I got you.
This-
It was in the drawer. I've got it.
This smacks of efficiency.
I know, right? How good are we? Okay, so Mondays we don't do any specific model kit, but we could. But you guys wanted to do lessons, or the members wanted to do lessons. So we need to start having a look at doing them.
It's Monday a school day.
Yeah, well, maybe once a month or something. Yeah. Tuesdays, me and John are starting the omnibus.
Omnibus.
By the way, who likes the new thumbnail?
Have I seen it?
Yeah, Mikey showed it last Tuesday.
Oh,
Can we
last
go on
year.
Discord, John? God.
Do
What's
you want me to
Discord?
show it on here?
Yes.
Okay. Let me find it. There it is. Okay. Here we go.
Oh, that's nice.
Ooh,
There we go.
Very good.
Omnibuses.
Omnibuses.
Very good.
Horlicks, malted milk for travellers. I'm surprised you didn't say that. Said Horlicks malted milk from Morris. Careful.
Do you like the bus stop as well?
Yes. Oh, see, John is driving. So
Yeah.
Me and
So,
Gary just waiting
John-
for the bus.
John is Reg Varney. And Waitrose is Blakey. Yeah, Butler, get that bus out of here.
If it's the last thing I want to do.
If you look, wait, Rose, the chimp has big ears as well.
Yeah, but not like this plastic one I've got.
This bus should have been out here 5 minutes ago. But I hate you, Butler.
So yeah, that's the thumbnail for Tuesday's build. So we've got the omnibus.
Okay.
Next one we're doing on Thursday is the SAS Jeep, isn't it?
Yes.
And Jag Panther.
Yak Panther will be the next Friday build.
Yeah.
However, we have not decided on any others.
I'll leave those
No.
masks
So
for now.
now we're gonna work on ideas. We're not going to say what day they're going to be or if we're actually going to do them. Just ideas. So some did we mention the other day we want some? Me and John wanted to do the Grant tank.
I've always wanted to do a Grant tank.
Okay.
It's an interesting thing. Like a Grant. Indeed.
I have a Grant.
I haven't got one, obviously, but
You've got one.
I've got I think it's the Tacon one. Is it no Meng? Sorry, I think. Oh dear, I can't remember.
Oh, it's the Academy one. Or is it the border model? Oh. No idea.
here's excuse me while I put me train these teeth in for me dog.
It could be the mini art one.
So here's the thing. Normally, I'll turn this to John Marley. Normally,
Here's the thing.
we do the same kit. Why don't we look at maybe doing the same subject?
Yeah.
But not necessarily the
brands.
same kit.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. The same
Well,
kit.
weren't we going to do tropical RAF? World War II tropical RAF.
I do believe I do sort of remember something being said about that.
Okay, we can do that. Wait, Rose, you'll have to let us know if you'd be interested in that, obviously, because obviously for you it's working around the huge stash you've got and the time you've got.
Yeah.
It's more time. Fridays are okay. Fridays, have to number strips. It's good fun. Fridays is a good build. I really can't commit to a weekly build of more than that, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's fine.
Certainly,
No,
one a week I can definitely do.
We wouldn't expect you
But I
to.
love doing the Sea Fury, and I'm looking forward to Jag Panther. So happy as anything with those.
Yeah.
Wasn't the talk of doing a possible V bomber group build as well?
Yes.
Well, John won't be doing a Victor for that then.
I have a Valiant in the stash.
It's going to be a while off because I'm still waiting for my Vulcan from Belgium.
That's fine.
Grant. Comments. Where did we go up to, Modest?
Yeah. I think. No, hang on. No, that was me. My mistake.
It's okay.
There we go.
Graham says, John, I like the Gannet. Oh, the ferret. That was another one we were talking about, wasn't it? The ferret.
Yeah.
I like the ferret kit. Scott says, hi, TBG and Jim, wet and 4 degrees C outside and a nice 23 degrees inside. Wet and
Many
23
of the sorry, many of the viewers want to put their full penny's worth in as we're doing this meeting.
Yes. What would you like to see us build?
What would let's have your full penny's worth. You watch this rubbish that we put out.
Jeez. Ever thought of going into advertising?
Let's hope not.
That's what I was going to look at. The better looking Marley says, John, some of the ugliest planes make the ugliest models. Just ask John Marley. Laugh.
Yeah. Never let them
Well, that's some of
go.
the ugliest creators make some of the ugliest models. Love you, John.
Well, I was talking to we were talking at the dinner table, and I remember Tom said that I have again because we were talking. He said he saw the the family chat about, like, my daughter getting confused between, which one's my father? Is it Paul or John? So which photo's which, and blah blah blah. And he said again,
as long as your
quote that
wife
he
isn't
said
confused
before.
by that, then that's fine.
Yeah, he said you have a useful face, right? Now, last
As
time he
long as-
said that, we all just cracked up laughing because, we all honestly thought he said a useful face. What he says is a youthful face. So he
Well,
saw
as
this
long-
thing. He was in class today and he was laughing at the thing. And, the instructor said, well, if it's so funny, would you like to share? So he did and showed him all the photos of me and Paul and all that sort of stuff. And they thought it was absolutely hilarious. But Tom said that that the instructor said that you were good looking, and I said, "Oh, okay. Is it a guy or a girl?" And he said, "A girl." And I went, "Oh, that's okay then. That's all right." But, there you go. So I had a compliment today. Thank you very much, Mikey.
Stand by for incoming samurai saucepan from Bronwyn. Just a point, if the members do want to input on this discussion we're having, you've got 8 minutes.
God.
If we can get to the rest of the comments, yes.
Yeah, without someone
Shutting up, sir.
talking about random crap. Right.
Shutting up, sir.
Right, Jim says, Jim, do they pay per delivery? Just thinking they'd prefer to do quick deliveries than wait for the customer to get to the door. Yeah, probably. Bob says, mine's a pint if the orders are being called. John says, loving the Westland Lysander. I've got a Lysander, actually.
I've got a Lysander.
And a very nice person sent me the masking set for it.
Right, I'm going to on that list.
Didn't they? Very nice person in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Lysander, but it's an old one.
The Gavia one?
It's an Edward one.
Oh, you sound so disappointed.
Where the friggin' doodle-doo is it gone?
Aussie Ian says, so far this ferret is a nice easy build. Looking forward to getting the stalwart, despite the mixed reviews that I've seen on YouTube in the last few days. I like the Stolly. I wish they'd do the 135th Bedford, though, instead of 172nd. Paul says, I might get 172nd, actually. Paul says, John, some of the ugliest planes make the ugliest models. John has a cupboard full of them. John says, oh, God, I started something. And he says, lol. Duke says, I'll get you, Marley.
I'll get you, Marley.
If it's the last thing I do.
Jimmy says, oh, Horlicks, John's driving. That's why it's backwards. Graham says, I was on the bus like that at Beamish last week. Thankfully, different passengers. Oh, deep, man.
The worst bus journey ever.
Oh.
Can you imagine you sat on the bus and us 3 get on, or us 4 get on?
So can you imagine you sit down on the bus and you look at the driver and Marley turns round?
Yeah.
With a little glint in his glass eye.
Oh,
What?
imagine
Anyway.
that.
The seats on those things are very uncomfortable, though,
Yes.
because they're wood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crack on. Jim says, if John is driving the bus, then Gary, Lyon and Tiff Batt are safest because they're not on board.
Actually, we were in the most danger, because if you notice, the bus stand pole was bent, which means Marley reversed it into the bloody bus stand.
Yeah.
Yes.
And me and poor Gary were stood there at the bus stop. We could have been run over.
Yes. Yeah. There you go.
Jim says, I think I work with Grant Tank. John,
The
Gary,
joke
I saw a
keeps on
video of a
giving.
Chinese man making an RCT-34 out of a microwave oven.
Bloody hell.
That's random. Paul says, I noticed that the bus stop was busted. I also noticed that John was driving, therefore the bus had gone backwards. Yes. Jim says, I'll post photos of my tack-on Grant Tank in Discord.
Nice one.
Please do. Julian says, suggestion for future build, a genre you haven't already done or a diorama. Well, we seem to be doing more dioramas now, don't we?
Well, we seem to be planning them.
This is the year of the diorama, I think. Bob says Gundam. Maybe.
Gundam.
Yeah, well,
I can do Gundam.
I've never done one, so I can't comment.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be a bit weird because it'd just be like gluing bits together and then that'd be it. But yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah, but
Quite
we
kind of
also
model
paint.
making right there, isn't it?
Yeah. We could always paint them our own colours, I suppose. John says, I should get going soon. Looking forward to the next chat. All right, buddy.
All right,
See you
mate.
tomorrow.
Good to see you, John.
Cheers, John.
Julian says, good thinking, Bob. Maybe a sci-fi subject.
Yeah, that's something we haven't done. Sci-fi. We could do something.
Try and do Skiffy.
Skiffy?
Skiffy. Julian's, I've just read that one.
I know.
Tim says, Gannet would be cool. Yeah.
It
I like
would.
the Gannet.
I have got a Gannet in my display cabinet, but it's an old one. It's an old Revel one. I'd quite like to do the Airfix one day.
Graham says, how about sci-fi subject? Something like the Bandai X-Wing.
Yeah.
Jim says, Julian, regarding your question about Amazon delivery work, I was paid by the hour. However, we were out until all deliveries were completed. Yeah. Julian says, Mikey, that explains why some models from other creators than any of you here look like the backside of a diseased warthog.
Oh, wow.
That's harsh. GM says, we had a small crowd wanting a close-up look at the 1-to-1 scale DC-872 after arriving. I can send you, Mikey and John, some pictures via emails. Okay. You do realise that I'm not really an aircraft person. I just happen
You
to
will
make-
be. You will
He
be.
just says that. Ignore him.
He will
It's
be.
my channel.
Don't worry.
I like vehicles. But
Don't worry.
this
He will be.
channel is about working together, so we all do a bit of each other's interests.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's usually John taking over and talking about
That's
it.
Yeah. Lubin's
This is why I'm looking forward to when we do Yang Panther, because we might be able to get a word in edgeways then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ooh, windy. Graham says, thanks for another great chat, guys. Gotta go. See you later, Graham. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
See you, Graham.
And we got through the chat with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Oh, crikey.
Yeah. So, is there anything else people would like to add to the list of potential builds?
Because
What
we
about
will carry on discussing this after we go off air. But
Yeah, let's
last
do that.
chance for the audience to put their
Yes.
input in. And I should say, if you've ever got an idea that it's something you want us to build, put it in chat and we'll add it to the list.
Yeah.
But remember, Gary doesn't do floaty things.
And also remember that it may take us a while to get to it because each build takes like 12 weeks, which is 3 months. So we can only do like 8 builds a year. Well, no, 8.
Ugh.
12 builds a year.
Mm.
Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays.
Mm.
Jim says, be seeing you tomorrow. Later, dude. Oh, it's the first episode of the Omnibus build tomorrow. Yay.
It is.
Yes, I might try and watch before
Oh, you
I
can-
go to club.
Yeah. Jim says, Mikey, that being the case, what about a figure or bust? Not so much building, but a lot. Actually, yeah, I would actually like to do something like that.
I have got 2 figures. I've got a Battle of Britain pilot
Yes.
that I've had for quite a long time, and I've also got a little figure in a box to do for Mr. Skiffins' challenge, which was in my
Okay,
last
cool.
inspiration box.
We can do some.
Oh, I've got one of those.
Yeah,
The seated soldier.
yes, with the object source lighting to do when I on it.
Yeah.
I was watching it. Do you ever watch North of the Border, the guy that does the sculpting?
Heard of that.
He did some object source lighting on his video yesterday. or
All right.
Saturday. And it was like a giant anglerfish, but it was in space, and it was an astronaut like going for the lure. So he did it as if the light was shining on the astronaut. Looked really cool. And then use like UV paints and color shift paints and stuff for the fish. Joe says, how about a German tank? We are doing a German tank on the Fridays. We're doing the Jagdpanther after we finish the Sea Fury. Paul says,
I'd
try.
say by the end of the month, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say that. I'd agree. NASCAR. Yeah. We need to some vehicles as well. It's a good point,
NASCARs are
actually.
fun. We Paul and I used to build a lot of them about 30 odd years ago.
There we go.
Lotus Super 7.
Okay, so we could do a civilian car or something, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was
John's
that somebody
just strangled
screaming and
Right, so let's get through these and then we'll head off. Paul says, try NASCAR. Joe says, see you, Jim. John says, Icarus, the Planet of the Apes. He also says, it became a floaty thing and then a sinky thing. Bob says, how about a fake vehicle? Kelly's Heroes and Tigers were actually T-34s with fake paneling. Yes, they were. Julian says, Shelby, what about the Titanic? That didn't float too well either. True. Ian says, the new Jin and Jag could be entertaining. Yes. Right. There you go. Right. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I shall try. I shall mute you all. In fact, modders, can you mute everyone? Gary, don't unmute yourself again.
I didn't unmute myself last time.
I like winding you. Right.